Right ahead of the bus, you'll get a good view of Alum Bay and the Needles landmark attraction. In 2012, the Olympic torch made its way up on the chairlift as part of the relay for the London Olympic Games. In a few moments' time, we'll be at the stop for the Needles Old Battery, the entrance to which can be found at the end of the slip road to the left of the bus stop.
Hi there. This is on the Isle of Wight at the Needles. Looking across to Alum Bay.
On the spit on the other side of the Solent, and relying on good visibility, you will see Hurst Castle, which was completed in 1544 as one of a chain of coastal fortresses. Opposite Hurst Castle, on the shore of the island, you can see Fort Albert, which was built in 1856 and formed another part of the 19th century defence system against the French. Still largely intact, it has in part been converted to luxury accommodation. This was one of the test sites for the Brennan torpedo, an ingenious wire-guided weapon from the early part of the 20th century. Returning now to Hurst Castle, back on the other side of the Solent, this was one of the most advanced of the artillery fortresses built by Henry VIII. It was used as a prison for eminent 17th century captives, and later strengthened during the 19th and 20th centuries. Its situation at the narrow entrance to the Solent, where the ebb and flow of the tides create strong currents, put would-be invaders at its mercy. After his incarceration in Carisbrooke Castle, here on the island, Charles I was imprisoned in Hurst Castle in 1648, before being taken to London for his trial and execution. During World War II, Hurst was manned with coastal gun batteries and searchlights. Down to your left is a wonderful view of the celebrated coloured sands of Alum Bay. These sands first appeared on record in 1790, and the Victorians were the first to visit in large numbers to view both the natural coloured sand cliffs and the stunning landscape. The Victorians were also the first to fill various shaped glass bottles with the natural sand and to create sand pictures. Naturally occurring cliff falls provide the source for the sand, which is professionally collected, thus the number of available colours vary from year to year. The cliffs are made up of the mineral quartz, and the 21 different colours that are visible are all tinted by varying amounts of minerals that are naturally present. Use was also made of the white sand, which was quarried, stored at Yarmouth and taken by schooner to Runcorn to make plate glass. It was also taken to porcelain factories in London, Bristol, Worcester and the West Indies before the trade ceased in 1851 in favour of French sand. There was once a pier at Allen Bay, built in 1873 and later wrecked in a storm and finally demolished in 1926. In its heyday, Victorian paddle steamers would land passengers there. In a few moments we will once again